Welcome to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, YouTube TV is now one of the largest cable TV providers in the United States. We compare cable and satellite companies, they're the fourth largest providers of live TV. We'll tell you who they jumped, what that means, and why that's a big moment for cord cutting. Film studios also want to have Reddit turn over the identification, the ID, that IP addresses and whatever information they have about pirates who are discussing piracy on Reddit, but Reddit's fighting back against that. And could cable TV companies kill the new live TV sports service from Disney, Warner Bros. Discovery, and Fox? There's some possibility here. We'll tell you what the legal challenges there are, more and more coming up real quick. First though, if you're new here, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends our videos to more people. If you enjoy these stories and want to learn more about them, I'll put a link to each story in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. You can read about them there. All right, let's dive into it. Starting off with YouTube TV is now the fourth largest cable TV company in the United States by subscribers. This includes satellite and streaming services and traditional cable television companies out there. YouTube TV recently announced they have 8 million subscribers. That jumps them ahead of the 6.7 million Dish has. Now that puts them directly behind Spectrum, Comcast, and DirecTV in that order, making YouTube TV the fourth largest provider of live television in the United States. Huge win for streaming. Streaming is now becoming incredibly powerful. As they become larger and larger, they can strike better deals with cable companies, or cable networks, I should say, to get those networks and be able to offer better deals for cord cutters out there. With buying power, becomes people more willing to work with you, negotiate deals, because they don't want to lose those 8 million subscribers. Now with that though, it's a tight balance, right? If you start adding everything, it costs more. And YouTube needs to be very careful in how they decide what content they're going to carry on YouTube TV and what content they will not. We'll keep a very close eye on this, but look for YouTube TV numbers to come out again in the future. It'd be interesting to see how that looks in a few months from now once March Madness is done. Will people put their subscriptions on pause, cancel outright ahead of the 2024 NFL season? All right, have you talked about piracy on Reddit? Movie studios want to know who you are, what your IP address is, and what Reddit knows about you so they can track down pirates from several popular pirate subreddits there. Now, Reddit's been pushing back and once again has successfully blocked attempts from movie studios to force Reddit to hand over personal information of people who discuss piracy. Reddit's basically saying they're not committing piracy on our site. Here, if you want to go get them, you need to go get that from the sites they're actually pirating from, not from us, just because somebody mentioned something about piracy on Reddit. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out, but movie studios are increasingly becoming aggressive to shut down piracy once again. There was a big push to that when piracy was kind of new. It kind of slacked off a little bit, but now, as revenues are struggling with the growth of cord cutting, they're turning their eye back to piracy. Not just to shut down the services doing it, but to go after the people promoting it. This is a little different than just, grandma downloaded one movie there. This is a little bit more about people who are actively promoting it on places and telling people how to do it on Reddit. We'll see what happens there, but it's very interesting to see kind of full circle. We kind of got away from suing individuals to suing at the time like website owners and other people who were facilitating piracy. And now we're kind of coming back around to suing individuals again with it. All right, next story up. Recently we learned about Fox, Disney, and Warner Bros. Discovery launching this fall a live TV streaming service that will offer nothing but sports content plus Fox and ABC locals. Now it's looking like Comcast and Spectrum may make efforts to block this service. Now, reportedly, Comcast and Spectrum and other large cable companies are looking at their options when it comes to this service. They are understandably unhappy about the fact that they're kind of getting cut out. For years, Disney, Fox, Warner Bros. Discovery, and other networks had to go through middlemen like cable TV companies to get out there. That allowed Spectrum to make a lot of money on television by reselling Disney content. Now, according to Craig Moffett from MoffettNathanson, very well-respected analyst, he says many cable TV companies have clauses for the larger ones like Comcast and Spectrum that basically says you cannot give somebody else a better deal than what we got in our market. We will give you preferential treatment in exchange for the best possible deal you can give. They're arguing that, hey, maybe here you're giving yourself a better deal, which is in violation of our contract because you get to keep all the money and not pay a third party with this. According to Craig Moffett Nathanson, that he expects them to possibly even look at lawsuits, as cable companies will also want to do this. Now, for years they've wanted to do this. It's not new that cable companies want to offer smaller, cheaper packages. Problem being is cable companies out there are blocked. If you want to carry ESPN, you have to also carry Disney. If you want to carry Fox, you need to carry Fox, or FS1 I should say, or local Fox. You need to carry Fox News with that. And now they're going to be pushing back at this. The question is, could they be successful? Our sources tell us more likely they will not be able to block this service. They'll maybe drag it out in court. But what they're probably really hoping for here is to get permission to offer their own versions of this, that they could sell a ESPN, FS1 sports only package to their cable subscribers who don't want the big packages. Sports is the number one thing people still pay for cable TV for, and this could really kill smaller networks if this becomes successful. So you understand why Disney, Warner Bros. Discovery, and others may not want it, because it could finally kill off a lot of those smaller channels that rely on getting cuts of your cable TV bill because you really want to watch ESPN, but you never watch MTV2, for example. We'll keep a very close eye on this story, but let me know what you think with it. Recently, we learned a lot about AI. AI is becoming a major player. It went from an idea, some minor implementations to it, to in the last few years skyrocketing in popularity and usability. Now the FTC is warning big tech companies to say they cannot train and feed AI your personal data without your permission. They're warning companies who are striking massive deals to, for example, we learned last week, Reddit will hand over a ton of its information to help train AI. FTC says, hey, you need to get permission from end users to do that. That could dramatically change how AI is being trained and developed. We'll keep a close eye on this, but let me know. Do you think companies need your permission to hand it over? A lot of companies are going to argue, well, our terms of service allows us to do that without needing to ask you. Let me know what you think. A few quick deals of the day. You may need to hurry for these deals because they're President's Day deals. I don't have an exact end date for some of these, so hurry, as they could end at any time. But the Echo Show 15 from Amazon with a built-in Fire TV and remote is on sale for $199. This is down from the $279 price tag, 99 cents too, on both of that you normally get this. This is a 15-inch display here that can also be an Echo smart speaker, smart display, but also it's a full-blown Fire TV like the one I'm standing in front of, making it a great little TV for your kitchen, office, or wherever you may want one. If you want something bigger for your TV, Roku has a President's Day sale with the Roku Ultra on sale for $79, the lowest price it's been in 2024. You can also get the Roku Express for Express 4K Plus for $29, and the Roku 4K Stick is also on sale right now, the 4K version for $39. These are great deals. Check out the show notes down below. Hurry, they could end at any time. All right, Cisco, well known for its routing and network equipment out there, is laying off hundreds of employees as it shifts focus to become more focused on AI. AI is increasingly becoming bigger and bigger, but Cisco, one of the biggest names in routing and other equipment, laying off employees to focus on AI. And lastly, the CW is going to launch several new game shows, including a Trivia Pursuit and Scramble show there. Look for new game shows coming to the CW very soon. All right, let's dive into our cord-cutting question of the day. Every day I like to answer questions. If I don't answer your question, re-ask it. I may answer it in the comments. I may answer it here in the video, but start off with something like a question for Luke. Today's question is one I get all the time, and we'll expand it a little bit, but this question is specifically about YouTube TV. I'll talk about that. Then I'll talk about why other streaming services are not available in all countries yet. Question for Luke: will YouTube TV be available internationally for viewers in the United Kingdom? Well, good news is YouTube TV has stated they do intend to roll out internationally in other markets. They haven't said when or where or what that will look like, but they do intend to do it. Now, there's a few issues here, and this is what prevents a lot of streaming services from coming to other markets. There's local laws for one. Having a content rights for the United States does not necessarily give you content rights in other countries. Canada, for example, is notoriously very protective of its Canadian content. They really don't want just basically United States TV coming into Canada and wiping out Canadian created content. So they have a lot of rules about how much content can be US versus how much content needs to be original to Canada, ownership of this different products, and more. So keep a close eye on that. While they would love to expand, there's a lot of local laws that they have to strike, plus they'll need to reach new content deals for other countries. For example, in some United States territories, YouTube TV is still not available, though reportedly in the works to come. Again, contracts are different, contract rights are different, they don't necessarily own those rights. They can't just take ESPN US feed and suddenly offer it in Canada or the United Kingdom. Because Disney has sold rights to that to other countries, they don't have rights to that. So we'll have to see how this plays out, but yes, they are looking at it. But in the big picture, the reason why a lot of streaming content, whether it be shows or streaming services, are different in other countries. What you get on Disney Plus in the United States is different than what you may get in other countries. Netflix is very notorious for that, because in each country you have to strike unique deals. While I do expect most streaming services to roll out internationally, if they're not already, it doesn't necessarily mean it'll offer the same content you get here in the United States because of the right needs to strike new deals. I hope that answers your question. If you have any more like this, leave me a comment. Start it off with a question for Luke, so I know you want me to answer it here on the video. And I'll answer either here or try to answer it in the comments down below. If I don't answer your question, re-ask it, and I'll answer it when I see it. That's it for today. Take care. Be safe. I'll be back again real soon.